A matchup that has been circled on our calendars for the past 5 weeks as two offensive powers go at it in a late season matchup between two squads fighting for positions in the standings, as it's the Blue Bombers taking on the Gray Wolves here at the iSports Forum's Game of the Week, week number 10, here on our Fall 2019 slate. Hi everybody, Angelo Pontello bringing you the broadcast action, and joining me as always, Andy Townsend. And Andy, as we kind of look at this matchup and what we've transpired over this series, 5 weeks ago, this Blue Bomber squad was ready. The Gray Wolves had a full squad, but as it turned out, the Gray Wolves had the upper edge, 4-2. Oh yeah, no doubt about that, Angelo. And when we see the Gray Wolves with a full squad, who knows what can happen and what can transpire. The wonders that they can do. Obviously, they're without Tom Finley today, but I expect this to be a great matchup on our hands. And like you mentioned, Angelo, we got two teams that are battling and jockeying for position on the standings mark. Blue Bombers coming into today's game at 7-2. Gray Wolves a game and a half behind. But with 3 games left in the season, anything is possible for these two teams, and the Gray Wolves very much alive for potentially trying to get the second place spot. Well, no doubt about that. And even if they win today, they still are going to need a little bit of help from the Green Hornets next week to see if they can stop the Blue Bombers. So this is going to be the game that will do it for them. Well, we look at some phenomenal statistics for the Gray Wolves side. Gray Wolves putting up 14 goals in the past 2 games. And of course, this offense has been electrifying thus far. Gray Wolves in the last 4 games leads the over 50 hockey league in goals scored a game at 5 3/4 goals a game. A team that doesn't underestimate other teams and scores when they need to. Well, yeah, no doubt about that. And not to mention, not when they need to, Angelo, but they will do anything they can to put up points. They will light up the scoreboard if needed, and it's all because of that man right there. He leads the charge. That's Ken Buda. Ken Buda, a relatively younger man in the over 50 hockey league. Buda, second in the league when it comes to goals with 15 on the season. Ken Buda also with back-to-back hat tricks, trying to make it a 3rd straight week in a row that he puts up hat tricks. Well, that's the reason why he's a finisher, and finishers, Angelo, are going to be a much valued presence in any squad there. I expect Ken Buda to do work here today against a vaunted, or if you will, despite a vaunted Blue Bombers defense that will be looking to do anything they can to keep this high-powered Gray Wolf offense under control. And we'll have more about both of these teams as the game goes on. On the other side of this break, when we come back, Blue Bombers, Gray Wolves here in our Game of the Week. Matt Falbo and Kevin Possibly are officials for today's game. Connor Bortz in the box as our scorekeeper. We are ready to go for Week 10's Game of the Week against 2 big-time offenses of the Gray Wolves and the Blue Bombers. John Costigliola to take the face-off against Sincata. We are on the move. Ken Buda starting out at left wing, Lou DeMezza right wing, and the defenders back John Thompson and Paul Delano. Meanwhile, for the Blue Bombers, up in the starting positions, Phil Chirico and Steph Pettit are back at defense as Lafreri and Brian Pompos take the winger spots. John Thompson on the move near side looking for a shot attempt, kicked away by Arsakovic at the last second. Oh, the redirect there right off of Phil Chirico could have been deadly for the Gray Wolves there. A big opportunity to strike first, but luckily that time Arsakovic's toe save there to deflect it away. Very keen to start off the game. Lafreri on the move in the Gray Wolves zone, gets it dumped back in the Gray Wolf end. It's Bob Gardner who is back after missing 3 weeks for the Gray Wolves. And of course, his much needed presence is big. Well, no doubt about that. Gardner, who allows just 3.86 goals a game, right in position, and being away for 3 weeks, regardless of if it's injury or doing whatever he needs to do. This is going to be a game where, being back in the mix, he's going to have to find a way to step up big for his team. Rossi and Lafreri on the move as it's 2-on-1. Shot fired off the left post. Rebounded back by Rossi, looking to make moves, and it'll be taken away by Thompson. Thompson on the move, gets around Shepard and around Lafreri. Here comes Thompson, 3-on-2. As Thompson goes back far side, looks to wind up shot. Buda knocked it away. Pontello near side, off the glass, looking for Rossi just out of his reach. Mark Walker in the neutral zone, skates back into the Gray Wolves zone, trying to find options, tipped away by Shepard, and back to Bob Phillips. Phillips working his way from left to right as he leaves the puck off to Mike Falbo.
Pontello intercepted and knocked off by Vic as it gets back to Quicko. Quicko pressured by Shepard. Doug Shepard gets a piece of the puck and comes back in the neutral zone, and puck not tying into the stands.
Yeah, we anticipated this was going to be a little bit of an aggressive match between these two teams. The Grey Wolves, a team that loves to try to suffocate their opponents in their own zone. Meanwhile, the Blue Bombers not having any of it, and they're going to be doing everything they can in this game, Angelo, to get the momentum on their side.
Walker looks for Phil Field, taken away by Pontello. This is back to Bob Phillips. Off the boards, finds an open Doug Shepard. Shepard will move this one himself, and he'll get stripped loose by Field. Doug Shepard, a free agent pickup last week, coming from the Novice League for Team Pabst, and of course this free agent rookie looking to make wonders.
Well, already last week he picked up an assist, so he's one of those players that is a surprising two-star player that can get you on the board if needed, and he will find a way to move things forward. Very impressive by this man.
Walker in his own end. Gets out to Vic. Pressured by Pontello. Pontello gets it out to Shepard. Off the stick of Falbo. Can't locate it. This is Rossi. Winds up shot. Misses off the net.
A little bit of problem accuracy there, and now the puck back in the mix. He forces the shot back in. And that time, just one of those things where just a little bit of an unfortunate puck placement. And they're going to have to try a little bit better than that.
Chirico finds Pettit far side. Steph Pettit, as the Grey Wolves make a lineup change, it gets back over into the neutral zone. Campos, this is out to Pettit. Pettit finds Lafriri. Gets it up to a Sincata, and he's got a breakaway chance. Two Grey Wolves on him as he fires the shot away. Lafriri, rebound chance. This comes back over to Delano. The Buffalo native on the move, 3-on-2 for the Grey Wolves. Delano trying to find some open room against Pettit, and the pass goes back into the Blue Bomber end. Arsakovic gets out to Demeza. Shot winds up, backfired on point. Thompson, shot fired and stopped by Arsakovic.
And the Grey Wolves already getting a little bit of a fast pace here in the first period, but it's Mario Arsakovic once again who comes up with this stop.
Arsakovic's first season back, tending the twine in the over 50 hockey league, as currently he's only given up about just under 3 goals a game, a second best in the over 50 hockey league in prime position, and what a season he's had so far. Yeah, Arsakovic, we had a chance to talk to him earlier this week. He prides himself on giving up the fewest goals allowed to try to be the one that leads in that statistical category, but part of it too is going to be about the defense, because Big Tots here is going to be all about what his defense can do to help him achieve that goal. So the puck is going to get cleared all the way back out. Icing call is made as both teams make lineup changes. 7:31 in the opening period. No score here in our game of the week. Grey Wolves, Blue Bombers getting at it. A fight for second place, if you will, at the moment. But as we kind of look at both of these teams again, Andy, big thing for the Blue Bombers is they still have a very big chance of potentially coming away after the regular season being in first place. Well, they're only a half game behind the Green Hornets, and anything's possible. Their game next against the Black Aces at 4:45. So if the Blue Bombers are able to win this one, and if the Black Aces can pull off an upset somehow, the sky's the limit heading into next week. Green Hornets take on the Blue Bombers next week for a third and final regular season matchup based off the round robin settings, and that'll be a matchup you don't want to miss. Angelo Pontello in the Grey Wolf zone will wind up for the shot, bounces off of Gardner. Rebounded by Pompos, takes it into the Grey Wolf end. Pontello back to Pompos. It's Pontello in the Grey Wolf end, looking around Brian Vick as this puck gets back over to Bob Phillips in the neutral zone. Blue Bombers looking to regroup, taken away by Thompson. John Thompson on the move for the Grey Wolves, and he's forced to stay in the neutral zone pending an offsides, and it gets back in the Blue Bomber end. Bob Phillips making some noise now with the puck. Off the boards, this is an open Doug Shepard, far side. Shepard looking for Rossi. Off the boards, and it comes back over to Chiquetto. Taken up by Pettit. Pettit around Chiquetto, right off the stick, and here comes Pettit with the puck. Pettit winds up for the shot. No, can't get the shot off, deflected by Quicko.
In that time, Steph Pettit, if he would have taken that shot, a real chance there, just the positioning off of Gardner that time, he could have had himself a real chance. Chiquetto. Looking to get this one cleared away. Check that. That's Paul Levesque. Looking for Brian Vick on the middle side, and it gets back to Shepard instead for the Blue Bomber end. Quicko picks up the puck. Off towards the far side. Pettit gets it in the reach of Shepard. Shepard with lots of room. Looking for the pass opposite side of Chirico, picked up by Sincata. Sincata back to Chirico. Chirico shot fired off to the left side. Sincata with the rebound, gets it back over to Pettit. Pettit looking for chances as well. Tipped up high by Walker and comes out to Demeza. Chirico will dump this one back into the Grey Wolf end as the defenders will make a lineup change for the Blue Bombers. Quicko off the boards, finds Demeza. Demeza gets it up to an open Castigliola into the Blue Bomber zone. Little shot fired, and it's Arsakovic who comes up with the save. Yeah, the key here thing today, Angelo, is for this Grey Wolf team, they always need to watch out for number 2 on the ice for the Blue Bombers. That's Angelo Pontello, who will fly around anywhere he has to make saves, to make stops, and to be just quite the contributor. Somebody who could potentially pass off as a center in any tournament run, but here as a defender, doing a very tremendous job here today, trying to stop the Grey Wolves' high offensive power. Lafriri back in the Grey Wolf end. Pressure by Thompson, taken away by Thompson, and here come the Grey Wolves with Castigliola and Buddha. Here comes Thompson in the Blue Bomber zone, winds up for the shot too high. A little bit high on a shot there, but it'll get rebounded by Buddha, taken away by Sincata off the boards, and it gets past Delano. 4.5 minutes remaining in the opening period. Still no score here in our game of the week. Blue Bombers trying to extend their winning streak. Grey Wolves trying to win 5 in the past 6 games. As it comes back over to Demeza, playing back at defense with Thompson. Delano takes this one himself. This gets back out to Phillips. Phillips finds Sincata looking over center ice off the boards. Here comes an open Pompos. Demeza skating back for the puck. He'll wind up for the shot. Hits top glass, rebounded by Lafriri. Lafriri shot right into Demeza, gets it back out to Buddha. Buddha looking to feed it up to Castigliola. Heavily pressured by Pontello out to Pettit. And just out of the reach of Pompos, gets back in the Grey Wolf end. And right now, the Grey Wolves, they haven't played an opponent that has really challenged them in the past couple of weeks. And now they get a Blue Bomber team that is just ready to go, and they've been consistently on their game. And the Grey Wolves are suddenly starting to realize that they're going to need to regroup and figure out a different form of strategy if they're going to be looking to stop this defense. Field winds up for the shot, off to the right side. Chirico picks it up for the Blue Bombers. This pass just out of the reach of Falbo, gets back to Delano. Delano pressured by Rossi, knocked away by Pettit. Looking to skate after this one, and it gets over to Chiquetto. Stopped by Gardner, this is back to Delano. In his own end, Delano looking for options. Finds Chiquetto. Chiquetto looking for Phil. Field tipped away by Shepard. Chirico, board pass out to Rossi into the Grey Wolf zone. Rossi winds up for the shot, stopped by Gardner. Walker off the boards. This one gets past Pettit. This comes back to Chirico in the Blue Bomber zone. Blue Bombers adjusting as it gets out to Chiquetto, if you will, and Chirico gets it knocked out. Walker with the puck, regroups for the Grey Wolves. Off his stake, slots control of it, comes back to Quicko. Puck back in the Blue Bomber end. Steph Pettit looking for options quickly, and he'll take this one up center ice off the boards, and here comes Lafriri. Another 2-on-1 for the Blue Bombers. Quicko back. Shot fired off the chest of Gardner and rebounded by Walker. Well, that's going to be a key thing too, and that's not the first time already that we've seen a Blue Bomber team take advantage of an all-man rush. Demeza, defended well by Pontello. Demeza has to regroup, looking for Quicko, tipped away by Pontello, skates around, here comes Pontello. Delano trying to get back quickly. Pontello gets around and slides into Delano, and the referee will halt play there. Oh, and right there, that's one of the reasons why you need Paul Delano, is you need somebody that's going to be quick to try to stop Pontello. And right now, Delano is down after taking a hard hit to the boards.
Mario, anyone, we got a player down over here. You might want to come over.
So right now, Delano, a little slow to get up. Definitely took a tumble there.
There you go.
But Angelo Pontello just got around Lou DeMeza, especially taking advantage of a pass attempt from Jeff Quicko, and then just took off to the races. Paul Delano doing what he does best from a speed perspective, hustling back, and stopped Angelo Pontello from potentially getting a scoring chance. But now it's a little slow to get up. Oh, and right now, the injuries are going to be a killer for this Grey Wolf team that really hasn't seen a full squad come together, except for just one game so far this season. Injuries have been an absolute plague for them, and hopefully for Paul Delano, this won't be something that knocks him out of the game. Again, Andy, Tom Finley's already out with a bruised shoulder. The last thing you need is somebody like Delano to be lost, and that would really put the Grey Wolves in a hold, and that would just force the workload to be pushed on even more for Lou DeMeza and Ken Buda. Well, we've seen situations before where if Ken Buda and Lou DeMeza have to pick up the team for the Grey Wolves, they can still find ways to score. There's just too many options for this team to just fold when you have a couple of players who are out. Phillips, back to Pontello. Stopped by Walker, picks it up to DeMeza. Here comes Lightning Lou with two defenders back for the Blue Bombers. DeMeza winds up for the shot, and it's Artsakovic who stops it again. And I rest my case there, Angelo. Lightning Lou, we've always known from years past, this over 50 hockey long-time vet is going to find ways to put the biscuit in the basket if he has to. We've seen it done many times so far this season, and here is going to be no different. Lou DeMeza already on the season with 4 goals and 11 assists. The second leading assist man in this league, followed behind Angelo Pontello with 12. As DeMeza tries to locate the puck, it's out to Thompson instead. Pontello knocks the puck away, but Thompson reclaims possession into the Blue Bomber zone. Thompson looking for options. This one out into the Blue Bomber end. Castigliola trying to get through 2 Blue Bombers, and it's now Thompson with the puck. Puck bouncing off far side corner. Castigliola shot into Pontello. Sincata gets it cleared away. Final minute of the opening period, and Delano is back on his feet, ready to go. And just a little bump onto the boards is not going to stop him from coming away from this game. Well, it's good to see, but part of the reason why is Paul Delano is one of the more fit over 50 hockey players in this league. If it was somebody that wasn't as in shape and they took a hard hit to the boards, I'm not exactly sure if they would have been able to get up as quickly as Delano and find a way to get back on the ice when needed. 36.6 seconds in the opening period. No score here in our game of the week. Blue Bombers making a lineup change, as do the Grey Wolves, as faceoff takes place deep in the Blue Bomber zone. Grey Wolves itching for an opportunity to score. Vic and Rossi on the faceoff. This one shoots back over to Thompson. Thompson looking for options. Backhand shot into Artsakovic. This one knocked away. This puck coming all the way back into the Grey Wolf end. Delano pressured by Shepard. Delano looking for options quick. Just out of the reach of Brian Vic. Vic deflected by Shepard. Comes back to Rossi. Rossi, this is back to Chirico. Chirico, just out of the reach of Falbo, comes back to Walker, and he will clear this one away as time expires. Well, so far, Angelo, we have ourselves a real tight game here. Blue Bombers showing pressure, and the Grey Wolves, who have been used to giving the puck off to DeMeza and Buda, just haven't been able to find options for them yet. Can't wait to see what the second period holds. First intermission in the meantime. No score here in our Game of the Week. We'll be back. You're watching Over 50 Hockey's Game of the Week on the Pontello Broadcasting Network.
You're in the wrong service.
You ever broke your hockey stick in a recreational beer league hockey playoff game or just a regular game in general? Well, instead of buying a $300 stick, you only need to get it repaired for $70. That's right, an exquisite deal you can't beat. And Integral Hockey Tampa has that deal for you here. Go check out Integral Hockey at www.integralhockeytampa.com, where they fix your sticks. Don't throw it away, keep it in play. Integral Hockey, one of our official sponsors of our Game of the Week via Pontella Broadcasting Network. And Michael Rossi and Brian Vick will take the face-off to start the second period. From Quicko, this is out towards Chiquetto. Bounce back, past Quicko. Marker keeping it away from Falbo. Shepard pass into the Grey Wolf zone. Walker regroups in his own end. Rossi showing some pressure as it skates all the way back over to Pettit. Chirico from Pettit, flipped high. This is back to Shepard again, just out of his reach. Quicko will skate back. Shepard keeping it in the Blue Bomber zone. Falbo trying to step up for this one. Pettit with possession of the puck, working against Vic. Pass on net, taken away by Walker. Shepard clears it out all the way out to Rossi, far side. Rossi shot kicked away by Gardner, and now out to Chiquetto. Pettit, as few players duck away from his clearance shot, knocked down from Falbo. Walker with possession of the puck, and he's on the move. Just out of the reach of Vic, and this one's going to come back for an icing call.
Yeah, lots of pressure there that time. Blue Bombers again trying to get this offense rolling here. A team that usually starts their offensive attacks in the second and third periods, and the Grey Wolves know this all too well. Another reason why they need to start taking advantage and control here.
Well, Andy, if you look at the Blue Bombers, a team that normally doesn't find a lot of offensive success in the first period, they really turn it on in the second and third periods. But meanwhile, for the Grey Wolves team, if you break down their defense, if you will, in terms of goals given up, this is a team that usually gives up the fewest goals in the second period, as they've only given up 7 on the season. And that, of course, is the best margin you can think of right now when it comes to over 50 statistics. But nevertheless, this is another team that they look to stop teams that like to put it on in the second period, like the Blue Bombers and Green Hornets.
Well, it only works, Angelo, if they find a way to keep things consistent, which in this case right now, no score here. Grey Wolves just itching for an opportunity for the Blue Bombers to sleep a little bit so that that way they can find an offensive chance. Simcata. This is out to Delano. Delano just out of the reach of Buddha, and this one's going to head all the way back for an icing call. And that time, usually Ken Buddha, once he has it on his tape, he'll find a way to skate hard, but that time the pass just a little bit out of reach of Buddha's way, and that is a big break there for the Blue Bombers as face-off once again heads back into the Grey Wolf zone. 9:38 in the second period. Blue Bombers looking to capitalize first here in our game of the week, as Michael Rossi takes the face-off against Castigliola. Face-off back now to Chirico, hits it far side, gets it back in the Grey Wolf end. Shepard skates up for the puck, just out of his reach, and here comes Demeza. Demeza narrowly gets away from Shepard as he passes it back over to Buddha, looking for a back chance. Defended well by Chirico. Puck back to Thompson. Gets around Delano, trying to keep it away from Rossi. Delano, pressure by Rossi. Delano trying to get this one cleared away. And he comes away with it just in the nick of time. And Delano slips and falls. And that time, it might have looked like a tripping call potentially, Angelo, but I think that time Delano just happened to slip. A very tic-tacky call there. The officials just had to let this one go and play on. Thompson up center ice, 3-on-2 for the Grey Wolves. This is back to Buddha, far side. Shot kicked away and deflected by Pettit. Chirico gets this one cleared out. Gardner will step up for the puck.
And so Gardner that time elects to make it an icing call, but had to make sure there.
Well, you always want to make sure, especially when you're that far out, you definitely think it's an icing call, but then at the same time, there's always that possibility that the referees waive off the icing call. So that time, just a smart decision there by Gardner to still play as if the call wasn't going to be made. You definitely don't want to give up a goal in this situation.
So Sincata and Levesque meet in the Blue Bomber zone for the face-off. Pontello, far side pass to the near side in Pompos off the stick of Sincata. Quicko trying to locate the puck. It comes back to Walker. Off the boards now to Pompos. Sincata, offsides call.
Yeah, that time Larry Sincata still had part of himself over the blue line that time. Could have been a nice pass to make, but nevertheless, play halts and the Blue Bombers take it right by the Grey Wolf blue line.
Quicko. Intercepted by Pompos. Gets it cleared out to the far side. Pontello picks up the puck into the Grey Wolf zone. Pontello looking for a chance here. Gets around looking for the setup to Sincata. Taken away by Quicko. Off the boards. This is back to Lafriri looking for a setup to Sincata. Defended well by Walker. Pontello getting it around Vic. Blue Bombers forced to regroup, and Pontello will dump this one into the Grey Wolf end.
Well, that's all they could do at this point, and that time, had not Mark Walker been in the right place at the right time, the Blue Bombers could have taken advantage of another offensive chance.
Lafriri's shot bounced off of Gardner. Quicko off the board, stopped by Pontello. Blue Bombers still have to regroup. And this puck heads back into the Blue Bomber zone, 7.5 minutes in the second period. Phillips looking for options, looking for Pontello, gets around a couple of Grey Wolf players, and it's Quicko with the puck. Now back out to Pompos. Sincata looking for Lafriri, back to Pontello. Angelo Pontello with Sincata on the move in the Grey Wolf zone. Looking to get around Quicko. Pontello feeds it out to Lafriri, can't connect on the tape.
Oh, and Tom Lafriri needed to have that one. You couldn't have set up any more of a softer pass there that time. Lafriri had control of that. A real dangerous shot against Gardner.
Chirico's shot fired, deflected off by Phil Field. Chirico out to Pompos. This is Pettit. Pettit back in the Grey Wolf end. Gardner leaves Walker with the puck. Walker forced to clear this one away, and it'll be an icing call.
And at this point, Grey Wolves just looking for a chance to change lines that time. A smart decision there by Walker to get fresh legs on the ice.
So with that, face-off will take place deep in the Grey Wolf zone. Castigliola, Delano, Thompson all back out there along with DeMeza and Ken Buda, looking to get this one cleared out of their zone. Rossi will take the face-off for the Blue Bombers. Shepard taken away by Gardner, and this is Buda. Buda open to Castigliola. 3-on-2 for the Grey Wolves again. Castigliola takes it far side, tipped by Thompson off to the left side. Rebound taken by a few Blue Bombers. DeMeza knocked off the puck by Pettit. Thompson with possession, looking for options. Pass back to DeMeza in the Blue Bomber end. It's taken away by Pettit. Castigliola can't handle the puck, and it comes back to Thompson. Finds DeMeza. Pettit holding position. DeMeza looking for the setup. Delano, dangerous chance. Shot fired and in.
And something that the Grey Wolves have always been noted for so far this season is the way to be very tricky and coming up with plays there. And usually we don't see too much of that from over 50 hockey teams. But that time, beautiful setup there. Blue Bomber defense didn't take account into Paul Delano coming in there, and he's there to fire it in the net.
So Delano strikes for
5-18-15.
So for the Grey Wolves, they strike first here in our game of the week as they take a 1-0 lead, trying to sweep the series over the Blue Bombers in the fall 2019 season as DeMeza on the move again. for the Grey Wolves. He'll move this one up to Castigliola, defended by Pontello. Off the skate of Lafriri, this is Pontello off glass, stopped by Thompson. Deflected by Pompos. Castigliola off the blue line. Grey Wolves forced to regroup. Lafriri off the boards, gets back out to Demeza. Delano off the stick of Castigliola and comes back over to Delano.
But right now, the thing for this Blue Bomber team is they know they've gotten a tough challenge ahead of this Grey Wolf squad. They need to continue to find ways to attack, and they have to give Pontello a little bit more opportunity with the puck. Pontello fires the shot, glove hand saved by Gardner. And Bob Gardner, normally a stand-up goalie, you look at the way his positioning is, somebody who really doesn't get down, but he just lets his feet do all the work. Yeah, sometimes the kick saves there by Gardner, really exquisite there by him, finds a way to keep his team alive. And that time Bob Gardner, again like you mentioned earlier, Angelo, 3 weeks away and already he's doing a tremendous job defensively, tending the twine for this Grey Wolf squad. Pettit. Back to Rossi, looking for the feed, set up Walker. Right on the stick of Pettit, shot fired, deflected, in, and it's a tie game. And we'll get official confirmation on how that happened, but Steph Pettit winds up for the shot, and you can't get any more beautiful of a shot than that, Andy, but Mike Falbo there to ensure that it comes in. Yeah, this is exactly the beauty that we've seen already. Real excitement there.
That's incredible!
Home 14 from 11.
So we get word there, and officially Mike Falbo.
Name is Mike Rossi. I don't know if you're looking at a roster up there.
And so with that, just getting word as a shot fired will be stopped by Arsakovic. Well, crazy how we've seen these plays come out already, and again for Mike Falbo, who anytime he scores there's going to be an uprising in the stands, because this man, anytime he scores, it's practically a rarity. So Mike Rossi, or check that, Mike Falbo gets credited with the goal. Steph Pettit will officially pick up the assist on that one, as we are all tied up at 1 here in our game of the week, just under 4 minutes to go in the second period, as Pettit is on the move looking for Shepard, just out of his reach, but Shepard skating out for it, and Quickle's there to find Chiquetto. Shepard gets a dump back in the Grey Wolf zone. Chirico maintains possession with the puck, looking for the shot chance. Chirico winds up for the shot, deflected by a Grey Wolf defenders, and here comes Chiquetto. Off onto the boards. Vic, defended by Pettit, and Falbo skates back. Shepard. Back out from Rossi, this is Pontello. Looking for the setup, looking for a finish touch to Shepard, and it's kicked away by Gardner. And another player that has really stepped up for the Blue Bombers, Doug Shepard, nearly in the right position. He tried to tap it in, but just a tremendous save there by Gardner, kicking it away. Job well done. Pontello knocked off the puck by Delano as it comes back into the Grey Wolf end. This is Quicko retrieving the puck. Demeza gets it around Sincata. This is back to Pontello, and he'll flip this one high, but it still stays in the ring. 2:31 in the second period. We are all tied up at 1 as Mike Falbo gets the finishing touches off a Steph Pettit setup shot that banks off of our right post. But we can't forget about the Grey Wolves coming up with the early goal as well, where Paul Delano, in the right position at the right time, is able to tap it in. But of course, again, it's one of those things where this Grey Wolf team that, you know, we look at all these over 50 hockey teams, Angelo, and even though everybody practically knows each other for the most part, there's teams that anytime they come together, there are teams that just, they know how to play with each other like if it was a club team.
Like they come and practice plays and setups. Arsakovic gets this one kicked away. Pompos trying to get this one cleared out. But Andy, I guess to finish your point there, I agree with you. I mean, one of the biggest things with these teams is they find ways to do club opportunities, and the way they pass and set up is just as if they are like a tournament team.
Well, again, just to reiterate that point, Angelo, we really enjoy seeing that, especially where even though these players have seen each other so many times before, it's practically like one giant farm club of 6 teams that they just look up the combinations, and it's something we've mentioned on so many broadcasts before, and you know, that's really a treat to see, and you never know who's going to step up and make plays. So face-off will take place deep in the Blue Bomber zone. 1:41 our official time left in the second period. Sincata taking the face-off against Castigliola. This puck back to Phillips. Buda looking for an opportunity, finds Delano, far side corner. Thompson, shot deflected into Pontello, and this one's heading back. Pompos trying to skate for this one first, trying to out-skate Delano, and he passes it back far side. Sincata, chance here, shot fired, kicked off by Gardner, and whacked away there by Castigliola. Oh, the Grey Wolves definitely dodged a bullet there defensively. They're going to have to come back and try to capitalize. Puck skates around, comes back out to Phillips. Pompos looking for an open chance, gets it out to Thompson instead for the Grey Wolves, making sure everyone's on side. Phillips knocked back. This is DeMezza with the puck. And play will be halted. Looks like an offsides call there. But again, real quick, Angelo, when we look back at that Grey Wolf chance, Lou DeMezza in the right position at the right time, but still, nevertheless, you see the wind-up shot by Thompson, shot it right into Pontello, and it backfired. But you look at this Blue Bomber team, one of the reasons why they have those hustler players in Brian Pompos and Larry Sincata and Doug Shepard, it's a real key thing to have for the Blue Bombers. And honestly, Angelo, that's one of the reasons why they are one of the better teams in this league, is because of the way they hustle and give a lot of effort there. Walker knocked back by Rossi into the Grey Wolf, then Gardner looking for options. Delano picks up the puck. Delano will take this one himself, looking to get around Rossi. Does. Back in the Blue Bomber zone is Delano. Shot winds up and it knocks out far side. Rebound chance knocked off left side as it rebounds again for the Grey Wolves, now taken away by Chirico. Walker. Chirico trying to keep it away. Delano and company trying to add one more score. Chiquetto knocked away by Pettit. And Shepard there for the puck. And 2 periods are officially in the books. And right now, I look at the way this game's been going so far, and just absolute big opportunity for both sides, and already real tight, real chanceful. Wouldn't be surprised if these two teams played each other in the semifinals. Second intermission, we'll step aside for the moment, but a third period upcoming where it's anyone's game here on our Game of the Week. Grey Wolves trying to keep the win streak going, as do the Blue Bombers here in our Game of the Week. Don't go anywhere, we'll be back. Third and final period between two high offensive power teams. We are tied up at 1 here in our Game of the Week. Angelo Pontello and Andy Townsend with you here. And Andy, just as we expected, a team that would be going neck and neck. Oh, no doubt about it. We thought this was going to be a high-powered offense is going for a shootout, but as it turns out, it is a tight 1-all game that practically is like a playoff game here, where both teams are not going to give up an inch against one another. Real exciting hockey being played so far. Pontello pressured by Castigliola. This is back to Phillips. Now pressured by Buda. Phillips. Board pass now out to Lafreri. Tom Lafreri with open room near side. Lafreri in the Grey Wolf zone. Shot fired into Walker. Pompos shot fired. Knocked away on the corner side. Sincata off of Lafreri. This is from Castigliola. This is back to Pettit. Steph Pettit puts it in the Grey Wolf end. Gets out to Walker. Demeza. This is Buddha. Intercepted by Pompos. Blue Bombers looking for a chance here. Comes back from Walker. Lafriri trying to get possession on the puck, and he's knocked off by Walker. Well, now the biggest thing is, again, both of these offenses like lighting it up in the third period. Left post, Sincata, top shelf, right where Mama hides the cookies, and the Blue Bombers have their first lead.
And right there, Angelo Pontillo, beautiful set up there. Hits once again off the post, but Sincata, right position at the right time. Puts it in for a tapper. Excellent work there for the Blue Bombers.
And so with 10:45 in the third period, the Blue Bombers up 2-1 over the Gray Wolves.
Home team 9-2-4.
Puck comes back over to Pettit. Pettit off the boards, intercepted by Field as it gets out to Delano.
And right now, it's going to be a matter of who's going to step up here for the Gray Wolves. They're going to need some more offense to try to come up with the equalizer.
Puck gets around to Chirico. Chirico biding some time off the stick of Phil Field. Gets out to Thompson. Thompson looking for options. Blue Bombers showing back a lot of defenders here as Thompson making a couple of moves looking for the shot fired, and Arsakovic, did he make the stop?
And he looked like he was turning around there. They're trying to see if that was a stop there. It looks like it will be. But Thompson, again, great offense there. Took it himself to try to score, and he almost put it through.
John Thompson already on the season. Has 5 goals to his name, 8 total points on the fall 2019 campaign. It looks like Jeff Quicko's trying to come up for a timeout. Paul Delano says to wave it off.
Home 11 on a hockey.
Or check that. A couple of minor things going on as Steph Pettit picked up a penalty. And so the Gray Wolves will get a power play upcoming.
And I think that time, Angelo, I think it was more or less trying to let the referees know that it might have been potentially there, or it could have been a timeout.
Nevertheless, it looks like it was a timeout. It's been called after all, pending a Steph Pettit penalty as well. But we'll step aside here for the moment. 10:06 in the third period. Blue Bombers up 2-1. Hey fans, don't forget that this game has also been brought to you by the Power Play Grill, the official grill of the Over 50 Hockey League and its Ice Sports Forum affiliates. The Power Play Grill, located right here at the Ice Sports Forum's venue. That's where the players go to fellowship after the game for wings, beer, and more. Power Play Grill also boasted the best wings in Tampa. If you haven't tried their Freedom Wings, definitely a unique flavor to try out for. Definitely worth having. Power Play Grill. And so as the power play begins, it comes back out to John Thompson. He'll skate this one around, has options. Thompson covered by Rossi. Gets around Shepard. Thompson again looking to make a couple of moves, stopped by Chirico.
Well, that time, John Thompson, he already tried making a couple of moves like that. The Blue Bombers are starting to catch on to his game, and right there that time, they were not fooled anymore by his stick handling skills.
Delano skates up for this one. From the neutral zone into the Blue Bomber zone. Wind-up shot off left top corner. Puck back from Castigliola. This one's going to head all the way back into the Grey Wolves zone. Gardner gets it around to Thompson again. 1:14 on the power play. Blue Bombers up 2-1 with 9:14 and counting remaining in regulation. Delano near side gets the flip pass over to Buddha. Buddha in the near side corner. Intercepted by Rossi. Look out. Michael Rossi on the move. Gets around the defender. Only Gardner to beat. And is stopped by Gardner.
Well, once again there, the Gardner comes in play with his feet, finds a way to stop the puck. But a bad pass there by Buddha, and the Blue Bombers almost capitalized.
Buddha looking to make up for his error. Knocked back by Arsakovic, and another rebound shot ties it up for the Grey Wolves.
And again, that's where we talked about with this Grey Wolf offense that loves to ram it down your throat if they have to. And that time there, an excellent job. And the defenders there just not in position to make the stop. Blue Bombers tight.
581.
So getting word now that Paul Delano once again coming in big for the Grey Wolves, now owning both of their goals as he ties the game up with 8:34 and rolling here in regulation. Blue Bombers on the move now as Sincata enters Grey Wolf zone. This one comes out far side. Lafree picks up the rebound. Sincata back off the stick of Quicko. Lafree. Stopped by Pontello. And Vic. Heavy pressure on Pontello from Walker. This is back over to Pompos. Pompos finds Pettit. Pettit just out of the reach. Quicko. Out from Chiquetto. This is Pettit with the puck, and he'll dump it back into Grey Wolf end. We're not exactly sure how the lineups are here for the Blue Bombers, but it looks like Pontello is starting to play that converted utility player mentality again, where he'll start back at defense, will step up at the forward position if he has to, or maybe even as a center. But right now the Blue Bombers are going to need everything they can. Walker looking to get around Chirico. Looking set back up off the post. Lafree. This puck now back to Quicko. Off the boards, it comes back into the Blue Bomber end. This is Chirico. Shot fired back opposite way. This comes back to Pettit far side. Feeds it up to Pompos, who's on the room. Has some room. 3-on-2 for the Blue Bombers. And he's forced to dump it back into the Grey Wolf zone. Delano fires the shot to Demeza. Demeza regroups, feeds it back to Delano. Delano stripped away by Pompos, speeds it up. Gardner will step up for the puck, trying to redirect it. Looking for Buddha. Ken Buddha. Stripped away by Pompos again. And it's Delano maintaining possession this time. Well, Pompos again, like we mentioned, a guy that will really step up if needed. Demeza back to Buddha. Tipped up high by Shepard. Back in the near side corner is Demeza. Flipped up over the hand of Buddha and taken away by Pettit. Pettit looking for Rossi. Knocked off the puck by Delano. Puck moving up quickly. Lafree with the puck, skating quickly. Fired back the other way off the stick of Gardner. Rebound by Shepard. Shot fired into Delano. Pontello steps up in center ice. Will flip it up high. Knocked down by Rossi. Delano breaks through. And the Grey Wolves on the move again. Stopped by Phillips. Given back to Delano. Delano in the Blue Bomber zone. Defended by Gardner. Buddha looking there for the finishing touch. Skate around. Broken up by Pontello. And had Angelo Pontello not been there for the positioning, that could have been bad news. Phillips gets it back to Arsekovic, and they'll officially halt play there. But getting back to the point real there, Angelo, if Angelo Pontello is not in the position there that time, Ken Buddha, a dangerous opportunity to extend the lead and retake it. And of course, you have to look at the way this game's been going so far, and any goal given up at this point will be detrimental to the opponent. So the Paul Levesque and Mike Rossi on the face-off. As again, another big offensive opportunity by this Grey Wolf squad, snuffed out by this Blue Bomber defense. Shepard trying to keep it out of the zone. Quicko stops it. And it's the Doc looking to take a shot himself, kicked out by Arsekovic. Rebound chance knocked away as Phillips gets his pass off the boards past Quicko and cleared away. Oh, that is a big key there for this Blue Bomber team. Exactly what they needed. And now Mark Walker off the opposite direction. Field puts it back in the Blue Bomber end. Pettit with the puck. Chiquetto showing some pressure. And this one cleared out once again. Mark Walker back for the puck in the Grey Wolf end. 5 minutes remaining. We are all tied up here at 2. Grey Wolves trying to win 5 of their last 6 contests. Blue Bombers trying to keep that winning streak alive. Pontello trying to set up pass, comes back to Falbo. Sincata shoots it into Quicko's stick. Backhand pass by Shepard, almost there. Finishing touch for Falbo, not in time, as play will halt. Oh, and Doug Shepard really trying to step it up here now in the right position, and a backhand shot just off to the right post, and so many missed opportunities for the Blue Bombers here today from those big chances.
So with that, face-off will take place by the Grey Wolf blue line. 4:41 remaining in the game as the Blue Bombers make a lineup change. Castigliola and Sincata on the face-off. This is back to Lafreri, taken up by Delano. Back to Pettit. Pettit off the boards, back into the Grey Wolf end. This is Thompson. Back over to Chirico. Finds Pompos, back to Lafreri, center ice. Trying to get it through 3 Grey Wolf defenders. Delano struggling for control with the puck, and it's taken away by Lafreri. Lafreri looking for the set, back up Pettit, shot fired off to the left side. DeMezza for the rebound for the Grey Wolves as he redirects his positioning. Castigliola just out of his reach, it comes back to Chirico. Sincata. DeMezza trying to feed it up, but Pettit knocks it back in the Grey Wolf end. Well, see, right now the Blue Bombers doing everything they can to force the Grey Wolves to try to make a move on them. Blue Bombers staying back a little bit, trying to play that defensive piece, if you will. Really smart decision there for the Blue Bombers. Castigliola shot fired, looking for a finishing touch by Buddha, and it gets knocked away out of his presence.
Oh, once again, Ken Buddha, dangerous positioning there. And because he hasn't been able to locate the puck fast enough so far today, big chance. Rossi, shot fired off of Gardner's feet again. Lafreri, shot, bad pass. Buddha comes back to DeMezza. Here come the Grey Wolves. DeMezza far side looking for a chance. Fires back to Castigliola. Shot fired and stopped by Arsekovic. And so from what looked like a Blue Bomber opportunity, knocked off the feet of Bob Gardner, then it was redirected out to Ken Buddha, and he was there with DeMezza, and Castigliola just was able to step up, fire a shot, but for Arsekovic, a good save there to keep it all tied up.
Face off in the Blue Bomber zone, Brian Vick and Mike Rossi doing the honors. Puck comes back to Bob Phillips. On the far side as it's out to Quicko, up the stick by Rossi. Here comes Rossi for the Blue Bombers, and here comes the rest of the gang. Blue Bombers, fired shot, Rossi off of Gardner. Rebound chance by Rossi. Knocked away by Mark Walker. Comes back to Rossi again. Field, stopped by Phillips, who looks to regroup. Puck, here comes Pontello, back in the Blue Bomber zone. Pontello gets around Quicko. Pontello feeds it out, gives it up to the Grey Wolves. Yeah, somebody needed to be right there, and that's what Pontello thought. He thought he might have had a Blue Bomber right there, but that time a very costly give up there, costly turnover for the Blue Bombers. And so rather than maybe taking a shot chance, Pontello again elected to finish it off to someone, but no one was there, and that gives the Grey Wolves a break here. 2:29 to go in regulation. We are all tied up at 2. And of course, keep in mind, Andy, the Grey Wolves have already used their timeout earlier in this third period. So if the Blue Bombers wanted to catch a break, they would be the ones that would have to call a timeout. But other than that, Grey Wolves, they're pretty much out of options, and they got to work with what's given to them. Well, in terms of that perspective, you know, it's just a matter of you've got to continue to attack, and that's all you can hope for. Gardner sucking in this one for the save. And so take 2 on the face-off, deep in the Grey Wolf zone. Castigliola and Sincata on the face-off. Puck comes back to Chirico. Off the boards, this is out of the reach of Lafreri. Mark Walker back in his own end. Pompos taken away by DeMezza. He's got Castigliola to work with. It's 2 defenders back for the Blue Bombers. DeMezza, Castigliola, shot fired, bouncing off of Arsekovic. Pettit trying to get a location on the puck. And it gets back to Pompos. Off the stick of Buddha. Ken Buddha looking for options. Shot into Lafreri's skate, and Pettit looking to take it away. Thompson knocked away by Arsekovic. Buddha comes in front. This is where the Grey Wolves offense is going to start to come in attack here. Blue Bomber defense needs to be in position to try to make these stops. Pontello takes this one himself, looking to get in the Grey Wolf zone. Tripped around, and here comes a tripping penalty upcoming on John Thompson. And where have we seen this situation before, Angelo, where the Grey Wolves, a tripping penalty or a penalty in the final 2 minutes, and now for the Blue Bombers, they will have an opportunity to try to win this thing via power play. And to finish up Andy's reference point there, folks, a couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks to be exact, Green Hornets and the Grey Wolves in a tight position where the scoreline was 2-all, but then a late penalty on the Grey Wolves allowed the Green Hornets to score in the final 10 seconds of the game to come away with a thrilling 3-2 win. And now Angelo Pontello will call a timeout for the Blue Bombers, so we'll look to rethink some strategy here. Big, exciting finish upcoming here with 1:29 to go in regulation. Blue Bombers looking to try to win this thing in power play. Grey Wolves looking to hold things off or perhaps maybe score shorthanded. We'll see it on the other side of the break. Grey Wolves looking to try to hold off the Blue Bombers. 89 seconds of regulation. We are all tied up at 2. Blue Bombers getting ready to start a power play opportunity against the Grey Wolves deep in the Grey Wolves zone as Rossi and Ken Buddha take the face-off. But it's no doubt about it, this one, you need your full best players out there. And regardless of whatever strategy you may be thinking right now for the Grey Wolves defensively, you need your full best players, especially if you're still thinking about a chance to win this thing. Puck back to Pontello. Pompos, far side, biding his time, winds up for the shot off to the left side, comes back to Pontello. Angelo Pontello spins around DeMezza, looking for a chance, feeds it out to Rossi, shot fired, redirected by Lafriri, stop there. Puck right on Gardner, still alive, and the referees will halt play. Puck was laying there right by Gardner's feet. No one was in pursuit of the puck trying to locate it. And so just right there, play will automatically halt with 1 minute remaining. And of course that time right there, that's where the instincts and the hockey initiations need to come in there. The hockey instincts, if you will, to try to locate the puck. Lafriri double teamed by Grey Wolf players. This is back to Delano trying to clear it just out of the reach of Pontello. Saving grace there for the Grey Wolves. Oh, good clearance there by Delano. It buys the Grey Wolves some time here, and the Blue Bombers have to figure out another way. Buddha trying to come in attack with the puck, and Pettit knocks him off as he's trying to maintain possession. Here comes Rossi. Rossi around Delano. Rossi far side, fires the shot into the feet of Gardner. Feeds it back up to Lafriri. 27 seconds, regulation. Pontello back on point, winds up, taken away. This is Delano trying to clear this one away. Gets around. Here comes DeMezza. One defender back in Pettit. DeMezza winds up for the shot, and it's stopped by Arsakovic. And
Hold on, wait a minute. I think the Grey Wolves are going to have another penalty.
question is he going to get penalized for this? Well, there was a whack well after 1 second of the whistle by Arsakovic trying to look for the call, and I think that's what they're going to do. And it does look like Delano is going to head into the box for that after tap on Arsakovic. And now 5-on-3 with 13.7 seconds. And this is huge, Andy. Well, even if the Grey Wolves somehow survive into the shootout here, you're going to miss your guy who scored 2 goals for you. Very key. Lafriri picks up to Pontello. Angelo Pontello on the move, lost control of the puck, and Castigliola is going to join the Grey Wolves in the hot box. Question is it going to be a penalty shot? Oh, I don't know right now. And right now the Grey Wolves starting to come apart at the seams. Instead of trusting each other, they're starting to get hot-headed again, and they're starting to collapse. And now Jeff Quicko wanting to have a few words with the referees. And what a ruckus in this final few minutes of play here that we've seen has transpired, and one of the reasons why the Grey Wolves lead the league in most penalty minutes is the way they play and the way they out-hustle other teams, and sometimes that comes back to haunt you. So now we're going to figure out what the call is. From the looks of it, Andy, it doesn't look like it's going to be a penalty shot. Well, yeah, right now there's going to be a lot of discussion. Kevin Possibly and Matt Falbo have a big decision here to make to see how it's going to be played out. But John Costigliola, you got the right idea. You know, a strong player like Angelo Pontello has the capability of scoring. But, you know, say what you will, Angelo, but I think despite Costigliola heading into the box, it was essentially a smart decision there for the Grey Wolves. And now it's just a matter of what they're going to do to try to keep it in play. Puck bouncing around. Walker, stopped by Rossi, looking for options and cleared out at the last second by Thompson. And we are headed to a shootout with big implications here at this point. Well, again, Delano, Costigliola, and John Thompson are out for the shootout. So a big advantage here for the Blue Bombers if they can take advantage of it. This is where you want your best shooters. End it right now. If I'm the Blue Bombers, I need your best shooters out there. You don't take any chances against the Grey Wolves. So we'll take a quick break here as regulation's not enough. We are headed to the shootout on the other side of the break. Welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen. If you're just tuning in for the first time, a thriller on our hands again that involves the Grey Wolves. And now as we're officially in the shootout, it'll be Paul Levesque to take things first for the Grey Wolves. But as soon as we say John Thompson taking the face-off, very quickly do we forget that he already took a penalty. So a penalty within the final 2 minutes of the third period makes you ineligible for the shootout. So they'll elect with Lightning Lou first. And Demeza lost the puck. Oh, that is huge for Lightning Lou, somebody who has been known to finish as well. Just that time, the stick just happened to haunt him in the end. Not a good way to start out the shootout. Lafriri looking to respond. Good goal. So it's the finisher Ken Buda that comes up next for the Grey Wolves. Again, the guy who leads or is second in goals scored here today, looking to tie it up for the Grey Wolves. And doing what he does best, finishing, and he's got himself a tied goal in the shootout. Yeah, that time Osakovic made the first move. He bit just a little too hard, and Buda just had ultimate control there. And this one slides through for the Blue Bombers. Phil Field up next. Phil Field through the 5-hole. Capitalizes for the Grey Wolves. Yeah, just took his time there. Really underestimated Osakovic, and right there, way to tie it up. This is Larry Sincata looking to retake the lead. Stop by Gardner. And now Mark Walker comes into with an opportunity to win the game. And Mark Walker, the only Grey Wolf that has not put up a stat line yet for fall 2019. Denied by Arsakovic. And so now Angelo Pontello up in the mix with everybody practically watching here at the iSports Forum will have a chance to retake the lead. Slides right through. No, referees are going to say it's no goal. And I think what happened there was Angelo Pontello that time, as he was making the moves, it hit off his stick with forward progress that time. And that really is a burner for the Blue Bombers. So now it's Paul Levesque with a chance to win it. And that time, not even close, as Arsakovic didn't have to work too hard for it. Yeah, just one of those situations where just, you know, we don't get to see Paul Levesque very often in these shootout situations. And that time, just one of those situations where he tried to make a move best way he could, but that time, Arsakovic in position. Phillips shoots it into Gardner. And it's Jeff Doc Quicko that comes through. A chance here for the Grey Wolves to win it again. Makes a move, kicked out by Arsakovic. And so now it looks like the defensemen are starting to get their reps here in the shootout range, as it's Steph Pettit up next for the Blue Bombers. Kicked and in! The Bloomsburg product delivers right off of Gardner's pads. And that's going to do it. Oh man, and who would have known the collegiate football player turned hockey player would have made the difference here for the Blue Bombers. And right there, just a tremendous effort there, and what a way to finish off a thrilling game. Valiant effort by both teams, but it's the Blue Bombers that come away with a much needed win this time, as the Blue Bombers defeat the Grey Wolves 3-2 in the shootout. But again, Andy, I have a feeling that this is not the last time these two teams will play each other. Oh, no doubt about it. Most likely we'll see them again in the playoffs very soon. But keep in mind, Angelo, the Grey Wolves putting this one into a shootout, they only go to 5-3-2. They still pick up a point, but I think that gives them just enough edge to still fight on life support for a chance to finish out in second place. But nevertheless, Blue Bombers even up the regular season series with the win. And again, in the final 2 minutes of the third period, we really started to see this Grey Wolf teams come apart at the seams, as it was just penalty after penalty. Oh, and especially when it comes to playoff time, Angelo, you cannot afford to be in those situations. There has to be a better way to try to stop this team. And that time, of course, you know, biggest thing for the Grey Wolves, again, despite Paul Delano coming away with 2 goals on the day today, it really hurt that he wasn't in the shootout. I have to tell you right now, Angelo, if Paul Delano didn't get his penalty the way he did, I am pretty sure that he would have made another big difference in this shootout. And for the players that they were missing there, at least 3 ineligible players for the shootout, it really put the Grey Wolves at a disadvantage. But nevertheless, tip your hat off to the Blue Bombers. They found a way to play in stride, and they found a way to come together in a big opportunity. And right there, a much needed win, like we mentioned before, Angelo, a chance for the Blue Bombers to finish strong. Well, we know the Blue Bombers next week, they have another tall order against the Green Hornets this time, and that game heading into next week may most likely determine who will get the first place spot heading into the playoffs. Meanwhile, for the Grey Wolves, they will look to try to fight off a Gold Knight team and look to win that regular season series next week, but still very much alive in trying to get to second place. Well, although the Grey Wolves have locked their spot up for the fall 2019 season, the Gold Knights are going to be coming in hungry because they haven't clinched their ticket yet to the fall 2019 postseason playoffs. So they're going to be looking to try to rebound their chances against the Grey Wolf team after defeating the Red Army earlier today. Well, with that, we want to thank everybody for tuning into our Game of the Week this week. And as always, we will keep you informed on our ISF Over 50 Hockey Facebook fan page, where you can catch all the video, media, and other announcements and updates on what's going around. Or to check into standings, stats, and more, you can go to the venue itself at www.theisportsforum.com, as we also have our videos and media available on our YouTube channel via the Pontello Broadcasting Network. Definitely give it a good look as well as we get closer towards the playoffs. But for my co-partner Andy Townsend, I'm Angelo Pontello saying so long, good night. We hope everybody has a blessed week. We'll see you back here next time. Blue Bombers coming away courtesy of a Steph Pettit finish, win it 3-2.